Hello there, very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on TV1. For the News First team, I'm Martin Satyanesan. Let's start off with a look at your headlines for this afternoon. The report on the controversial land in Singharaja rainforest to be handed over to the Environment Minister tomorrow. Academic activities across all schools in the Western Province will commence from Monday, 29th of March. Cabinet approves the proposal to purchase 7 million doses of Russia's Sputnik V COVID-19 vaccines. One person killed in a fire inside a restaurant in Panchikavatta, Colombo. Now those stories in detail. Academic activities across all schools in the Western Province will commence from Monday, the 29th of March 2021.
According to the Minister of Education, Professor G.L. Paris, students from all grades will return to school from Monday. He added that the Director General of Health Services granted permission for the reopening of schools in the Western Province. Further, preschools in the Western Province will also reopen on the 29th of March 2021. The Minister went on to note the health situation has enabled the reopening of schools and therefore private and international schools can open from the 29th of March. However, no decision was made with respect to private tuition classes in the country and the situation is being reviewed.
The Minister of Environment said today in Parliament the report on the investigations carried out on a land adjoining the Singharaja World Heritage Site is expected to be received tomorrow.
When we have an environmental friendly president, will we construct buildings in Singharaja? Will trees be cut? What is the Minister of Environment has to say about this?
This particular land is not attached to the 12,000 acres of Singharaja nor the 36,000 acre land. This is an area of 6 acres where approval has been provided to construct 3 houses. The investigation report on this is expected to be received tomorrow. We believe it is a privately owned land. On the other hand, there is no involvement of the government here and there are no reports of trees being cut.
ජාතික පාරිසරික පනත අනුව තමුන්ගේ වත්තකවත් ඔය වගේ අධි ආරක්ෂිත ප්‍රදේශයක් ආශ්‍රිත තියෙන වත්තකවත් ගස් පහකට වඩා කපන්න බෑ කරුව එමෙතුමා. ඉල්ලලත් නැහැ අපි අවසර දීලත් නැහැ. දැන් වැඩේ තියෙන්නේ අත්ත කතාව අතීත ඉඳලා.
I asked this question yesterday. I did my research. There is no evidence of constructing a wever inside Singharaja. Why are you trying to construct a wever inside Singharaja?
I've already given the answer when this matter was raised. The opposition leader is well aware of this water crisis in Hambantota. We will not only protect the environment, we will clean 103 rivers and construct weavers to strengthen the system.
You can observe the Diyawannaoya on both sides when entering the parliament. On the left side, you will be able to see the light yellow color substance on the water released from somewhere.
The
water tank in the front has been cleaned. The water used for the cleaning has been released to the wever. That is why this problem started. We will have to clean it.
Because of this, there is pollution in the Diyawannaoya. An environmental destruction has taken place. Are the tanks being cleaned to the Oya? If this is the state of the environment at the entrance to the parliament, what can we say about Singharaja? What about Knuckles? What about the Horton Plains? Where is the country heading if the Diyawanna is being polluted?
It has been done recklessly. It must be cleaned after informing the Lowland Development Board.
The protest staged in Valsapugala by 86 farmers associations led by Walava Left Bank Joint Farmers Association continues for its 67th day today.
The farmers request that the proposed wild elephant management reserve be gazetted in order to minimize the damage caused by the human-elephant conflict. A street drama was also organized yesterday to ease the mental burden of the farmers engaged in the satyagraha in Valsapugala.
We say this to the relevant authorities repeatedly. The farmers of the Walava have all the ability, courage and strength to take what we started here in Valsapugala all the way to the city of Colombo. The Valsapugala farmer issue was debated at the Tangaul Municipal Council monthly meeting yesterday.
When the president travels on a helicopter, 2 other helicopters follow him. If a fence is constructed, it will only cost half of the expense they incur on helicopters. Construct the elephant fence. These people have commenced a deadly strike. They are going to celebrate the Sinhalese and Tamil New Year there. They voted for the Flower Bud Party. They are real Pohottua supporters. The Singharaja is being destroyed, but they have failed to find out who is responsible. They still couldn't answer whether this is a privately owned property or a state-owned property. I agree with the chairman. We have to put an end to environmental destruction.
A tense situation was reported after around 100 coconut trees were cut down in Dabakanda village in Sandalanka, Pannala. The villagers allege that coconut trees in a 5-acre land have been cut down by a group of people using a machine within 2 hours. The villagers charge the coconut trees in several areas in the village were cut down for gravel, resulting in a drinking water crisis. They further note, although the issue has been addressed with the authorities, no action has been taken yet. As a result, the villagers expressed their objection to the matter in this manner. The villagers prevented the tippers loaded with gravel from moving by obstructing the roads. These were the views expressed by the individual hired on a contract basis to cut down the trees. Newsfirst inquired about the matter from the agricultural inspector attached to the Dabakanda area. The Cabinet of Ministers approved the proposal submitted by the Minister of Health to purchase 7 million Sputnik 5 vaccines at a cost of $69.65 million upon the recommendation of the Cabinet-appointed negotiation committee. Speaking during a media briefing, Cabinet spokesperson Minister Kehelia Rambukwella made these announcements. The Minister of Health submitting the proposal to the Cabinet said 14 million of the total population in the country is expected to be covered through the Russian-made vaccine. Meanwhile, the Cabinet yesterday agreed to allow the importation of ceramic products on a 180-day loan basis on a proposal made by the Minister of Sports and Youth Affairs, Nama Rajapaksa. Permission was also granted to establish a youth development fund to provide young entrepreneurs with basic capital to run their businesses. Moving along with more local news, headline inflation as measured by the year-on-year change in the National Consumer Price Index increased to 4.2% in February 2021 from 3.7% in January 2021.
According to the central bank, this was mainly driven by the monthly increase in prices of items in the food category. Accordingly, food inflation increased to 6.9% in February 2021 from 5.9% in January 2021. Accordingly, within the food category, increases were observed mainly in the prices of vegetables, green chili, coconut and rice during February 2021. However, prices of potato and big onion recorded declines during the month. Further, non-food inflation increased marginally to 1.9% in February 2021 from 1.8% in January 2021. The change in the NCPI measured on an annual average basis decreased to 5.5% in February 2021 from 5.8% in January 2021.
In some tragic news, one person killed in a fire that erupted inside a restaurant located down Sangaraja Mawatha in Panchikawatha, Colombo today.
According to the fire service department, 5 fire engines were dispatched to douse the fire this morning. The fire that had erupted at 6:10 a.m. today has been contained as of now. The police said a gas leak could be the reason behind the fire. We were sleeping here. He screamed when I woke up to wash my face. When I was going, I felt the heat from the fire. All of us exited from this door. We got here and tried to douse the fire with water, but it was pointless.
ගින්න ඇතිවීමට හේතුව සම්බන්ධයෙන් රජයේ රස පරීක්ෂකවරයා කැඳවා වාර්තාවක් ලබා ගැනීම.
We are to get a report from the government analyst regarding this incident. Further investigations into the incident is being carried out by the Mardana police. However, according to police investigations, there are suspicions as to whether there was an explosion of gas used for cooking purposes at the location. We can confirm it only by the evidence provided by the specialists.
පිළිබඳව සැකයක් මතුවී තිබෙනවා. එය නිසැකවම සනාථ කරගත හැක්කේ විශේෂඥවරුන්ගේ සාක්ෂි මගින්.
A leopard was discovered trapped in a snare at the Manik Palama farm in Agarapatana, Nuvarelia today.
Director General of Wildlife Chandana Surya Bandara, speaking to Newsfirst, said a team led by a wildlife veterinarian was dispatched to the location to rescue the leopard. He said the leopard was trapped in a snare which was set up in a jungle area of the Manik Palama farm. School students on their way to school this morning had witnessed the trapped leopard and alerted the locals.
From that, we bring to a close this edition of Lunchtime News on TV Bond. For details of these stories and much more, simply log on to our website www.newsfirst.lk. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Martin Satyanesan, along with producer Senita Sena Naika. You have yourself a wonderful day.